uh, Crows tends to forget things, and so it turns out it's time to leave Canada. We're taking a caravan road trip out of Canada to Washington State to go to this event called the Penny Arcade Charity Dinner. We're about to present our check to for all the kids we've raised money for. But Crows, well, I may have lost my passport while up in Canada. But normally I'm a responsible person, so normally my friends would not give me shit about that, right? Right? No, no, they gave me constant shit about this the entire time, and I had to ride in this caravan back, and they're like, "Crows, if we have to stop on the way back, we have to get to the charity dinner in time, and if we don't, we're leaving you at the border, and you're gonna find your own way across." I'm like, "Oh, okay, we'll see what happens," and so we go there. We roll up to the border stop. We're rolling. I still cannot find my passport whatsoever. I'm pretty sure it's completely lost in Canada somewhere. We get there. My friends are in the front seat. They're the border patrol. We pull up to the booth and they give their passports and they get over. And then finally, the guy comes to the back, and I'm like, "Yeah, I flew in from Detroit, Michigan, and can't find my passport." He's like, "Well, just come inside. We'll take care of you in there." My friends are both side-eyeing me. Go, Crows. Crows, listen, listen. It's only gonna take like 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Just like the story. Just 5 minutes, guys. So we go inside.
Right.
We go inside and we're waiting. We're waiting. I'm talking about video games with my friends, and my friends are not having. They're like, "Crows, we need to get going. We're going to freaking lead you here because we have an appointment. And if we don't get there in time, we're screwed." So just so you know, 5 minutes. We get to the front of the line, and everyone inside goes on break for some reason. And right before they go on break, we hear this woman in front trying to get back in without a passport, and she gets yelled at saying, "If you don't have a passport, you can't come back into the country." My friends whisper to me and go, "Crows, you are so screwed. We're leaving right now." And I'm begging them at this point. I'm pleading, "Guys, guys, guys, it's okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good." And like, "Okay, sure, Crows." So we're sitting there waiting for 30 minutes. I'm trying to distract my friends with whatever I could think of at the time, just trying to video game trivia, video game news, and whatnot in my travels, since I used to go to conventions all the time. Actually, that's where I just flew in from, a convention in Detroit, Michigan called Yomicon, where I was a guest at. And we'll get back to that in a second. Because finally, after lunch, everyone who was outside comes back in. And that means the guy who met us outside, who had stopped our car, was like, "Oh, okay, I could do more in here. So let me look you up. You have this stubs from when you flew in." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay." So I give him the stubs, and me and my friends start talking about Assassin's Creed at the time. And all of a sudden, the guy looks up and he's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm interested in Assassin's Creed. I was supposed to go to some anime convention in Detroit, Michigan last weekend." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I know that place." And he looks at my stub and he sees I flew in from Detroit, Michigan. He's like, Wait a second. You came from Detroit." I'm like, "Yeah. Were you at an anime convention?" And I'm like, I don't know if I should say yes or no because I don't want to incriminate myself. Uh, Either way at this point, because let's face it, anime sometimes. But so we go, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I was there. I was a guest." And then he just basically starts looking at me head to toe, and he gets this really confused look at his face. My friends are wigging out at this point, and like, "What is going on?" They're like, "Do you do some sort of thing online, like some sort of web series?" I'm like, "Yes." He goes, "Oh shit, you're that Crows guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, aren't you?" I'm like, Yeah, yes." He's like, "Okay, this is perfect." And so what this guy does, he goes to the Youmacon website, the anime convention, and uses my bio from the convention, which normally people put bios on websites that describe who they are and, what they've done in life and everything. No, not Crow's. Crow's bio every time is some sort of whacked out story that doesn't describe anything what he does. In fact, this bio describes the origin of Sci-Fi Original Pictures and how it's all whacked out and what would be the worst outcome of Sci-Fi Original Pictures, which is Where Shark NATO Cthulhu 5. This time it's real. I'm serious. It's coming soon. It's coming soon to Sci-Fi. So he uses this as my way of getting back in the. I saw that. He uses this bio as a way of me getting back to the country, something that doesn't show anything of what I've done. And he asks for an autograph. My friends are just staring at me and just we're like, we should have left you. And as we get out, and they're like, how the hell did that just happen? And somehow we made it across the country. I got back in the country illegally, technically, and got into the Penny Arcade charity dinner in time without being left at the border. So that is the story of Crow's escape from Canada.
Yay! All right. Woo. That was incredible. Does anyone else got any stories?
I guess you had the